3, 2, 1.
My timing is a little off because I stopped using the intro that I had recorded. So, oh well. Anyway, I'm sure you all forgive me for being the worst hostess in the world. Welcome to the show. I'm calling it Transcendence with Spirit Medium Laura. And transcendence basically means going above the limitations of the physical to something bigger, something better, for healing to happiness in this particular case. So transcendence in our case means going to spirit to get answers about our life, to get healing about our life, and also to speak with our loved ones in the spirit realm. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. There is a website for the show, which is spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com, and I am Spirit Medium Laura. The reason I mention that site is because you can actually watch a live video of me in front of a camera, and that goes to YouTube. As well, I have little announcements, things like that. One of the announcements is the 8 No Wait, which is a donation of $8 to jump to the top of the queue. I do not have any donations this evening. I do have a kind of busy queue. Never know what's going to happen. Anne, who's number 1, I will probably get to you first, but unless somebody pops in there, but you know, you're right at the top of the list. So we have the 8 No Wait, which you can do. So you can jump to the top of the queue at spiritmediumtv.com. You also can learn about and gain access to the free for me, which is a third more time free in your private session with me. And all you need to do when you're booking your appointment at booklaura.com, that's booklaura.com, is put the code radio show in the event code field, and you will be given that extra time. So that's the free for me, and that's explained there. Those are the 3 most important things on that page: how to jump to the top of the queue, how to get extra time free in your reading, and finally how to watch the show if you care to do so. Some people are more visual, they like to watch, whatever's your thing. Oh God. And I also have on there an announcement that this Saturday, the 18th, that's 8/18, 18. Wow, all those 8s, right? I like the number 8, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But anyway, 8/18/18 at 1 p.m., I will be doing a Facebook Live event from Vermont. I'm traveling. I live in Florida. I'll be up in Vermont, and I'm going to be at a haunted house. And I'm going to be playing a game with all those that care to play. And you can win a free 1/2 hour reading with me if you get the answers right. It's a psychic game, basically about the haunted place. So if you go to spiritmediumtv.com and you see the headline there at the top, click on it. You'll get all the particulars of what it is. It is about 8 questions, and you know, it should be fun. It should be fun. So that's a couple of announcements there. Usually the show these days, I'm just taking first in, first out callers. In other words, I used to do a little differently, but right now it's just the first person that calls, the first person I go to, unless, of course, you make a donation. And I will check that in a moment. Also, I usually have a focus subject, and I will talk about that in a moment. And usually the focus subject is something to help you in your life. This focus subject is about haunting, but it is also something to help you in your own life, although I don't have it in the article per se, but I will be talking about it. So if you're listening to this at a future time, as this is recorded, you can go to my website, spiritmediumtv.com. Being a page on my website, you will see a magnifying glass right under my name, Spirit Medium Laura. And if you put in haunting protection in that little box that pops up, you'll find this article. And the article goes into, since I'm doing a haunted house this week, and I figured I'd talk about that. But then when I did some channeling in the article, I always do channeling, usually do if I feel to do it. I always learn a little bit more from spirit. And I hope that you get something from this idea. So first part is there really such a thing as a haunting? And spirit says yes. And I always, used to think, well, I don't know, I've never been haunted. I'm talking to spirit all the time. Never really been haunted. But yes, you can be haunted because there is such a thing as souls that have lost the light. They're no longer connected to God, and they do not see the light anymore, and they get their energy from hurting other people, from bringing fear into your heart or disempowering you in some way. And so the way to deal with that is to protect yourself. However, this protection can be useful in many ways. So I'm going to talk about how to protect yourself, not only if you were in a haunting, which is kind of rare, but also in life. For example, the other day, a client of mine told me that she's learned some way to heal people. And I didn't ask her for healing. I went out of my house after working with her. The next day, I went out of my house, and all of a sudden, all these weird things started coming to pass, or coming up, if you will. And one of them was, as an example, I go to a doctor's office and they have me sign all these papers about how I won't ever sue them. You mean sue? I'm not about to sue you. Why are you making me sign all these papers? So the doctor overheard me asking the receptionist, why do I have to sign this? It's crazy. And he asked me kind of nicely, if I'm not comfortable, then I can leave. So I left. And all of the time I'm thinking, why are these weird things happening? Why do I feel so out of balance? So I happened to talk to her, the client, later that day, and she said to me, oh, I've been doing work on you. And I'm like, huh? She's, yeah, I'm working on you. And so I told her what happened. She said, oh, yeah, that probably has to do with trust issues. And I'm like, oh, God. So I thought to myself, I don't really want somebody working on me energetically without my permission. And so what I did was I created what's called a white light. And you can do this in many situations in life. If you feel that you're troubled by something going on, maybe you feel somebody sapping your energy, or maybe you feel that you're just having a lot of bad luck, if you will. You just don't even know what it is, but you just don't feel balanced one day. Imagine that a portal opens over your head, and imagine that this beautiful white light, to make it nice and golden, comes over your body and permeates, penetrates all of you, and creates a nice, beautiful, loving feeling around you. You can put other colors in the light, other colors that might appeal to you in that moment. You might use pink, or you might use violet. You might use green, you might use yellow. Symbolically, all of these colors have meaning. You don't have to know what the meaning is, because on some level you are connected to the superconscious. And so you'll call the right colors in if you feel to do so. You might be just happy with the white light. You feel this white light coming in, and you'll feel yourself calm. You'll feel yourself centered. And you also will have then created an energetic clearing for yourself that is protective in nature. So if you ever have that feeling that somebody is affecting you in some way, or your day is not going right, or maybe you're in a pattern that you need healing in, you can always use the white light technique, at least as a start. Okay? So there's always something that we can do energetically to help ourselves and to bring ourselves more peace in our life. Okay, so what we're going to do now is a connection. I'm going to create what's called a psychic field, or a morphic field, between all of us. We're going to sort of create our own psychic circle, if you will. Usually I have been doing channeling after that, a group message, but I don't feel like to do it this evening, so I'm going to skip it. I didn't do it last time, and it worked out pretty well. I guess, follow my intuition of what I want to do that evening. There will be psychic messages for everyone, and if you're not going to be spoken with for whatever reason, I can't get to you, listen to the other messages, because the way Spirit presents them is always going to be in a way that can help other people. In other words, there are no accidents, right? So other people's messages are also meant for you. There's always wisdom in everything. When I take ballet class, and when I go to ballet class, the teacher will pick on somebody in the class. Well, pick on is not the right term, actually. They'll highlight someone in the class and say, do it this way, you can correct it that way, or this would help. And I always listen, even though the teacher's not speaking to me, because I'm always learning. And we're all always learning, right? That's why all of us love drama, theater, film, movies, all that, TV, because we're always learning from everything. Learning to help ourselves and improve our lives. Okay, so if you are wanting to be part of the psychic circle, if you want a message this evening, please join in the following steps. Sit back and uncross your arms and legs. Start to breathe from your abdomen, breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply, allowing yourself to gently and lightly relax and let go, feeling good about yourself. Breathing in again deeply. Letting go of any stress, any karmic residue, anything that you feel is holding you back from realizing your goals, your dreams. Just going into the light, the white light. If you're wanting an other side connection, please ask that your loved ones join us this evening during your time. And please, as I always need to say, at times we want a special soul from the other side, but another soul shows up. So please be open to what does come through, as all connection to spirit is a miracle and an honor to participate in. Secondly, if you're wanting a life question, please focus in on what that is. Okay? And the person who's asking for general life reading, you can focus in on something you have a question about also, even if it's just a general kind of thing. So while you're doing that, I'm going to go off and do the prayer silently. I'll be back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, please release into the space your energy, and I will connect us. One moment, please. Well, I feel this, the group that we have tonight, call-ins, the people who've called into the show, are very advanced souls. You all are very, very bright people for the most part. Just get a lot of feeling about that. Okay, I'm going to Anne now. Hi, Anne.
Thank you so much, Laura. Yes, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, and thank you for calling into the show. Every person that calls in is always an honor to have. Thank you so much. Just go ahead, honey, and ask your question.
Okay, my daughter, she asked me to ask you. She was on vacation in Las Vegas and she met a nice young man. He's 28 years old. I have his date of birth, and they were texting, but now she sent him her phone number. She's not sure that he will respond, and she likes to know if they will see each other again because they live in different cities.
Okay, just give me his
His name
initials.
is, huh?
You can give me his initials if you have his name. That's okay, if you don't mind saying.
His name is Kevin. Last name starts with J, like Chuck. And if you need his date of birth, I also have this.
No, that's
Or
fine.
you need her name.
No, that's good. And your daughter's name would be helpful. What is her name?
Ilana.
Pretty name.
Yeah.
Ilana. Yeah, I think he will be connecting with her again, and very shortly, actually. There's something's going on with work with him that's keeping him fairly busy right now, but I do feel he is truly interested in her. He's a serious person. He does work very hard. They're giving me a view of the Grand Canyon for some reason. I know it's around there. You can go for side trips. I don't know if that has anything to do with his work at all or what that means. But I do feel he's a serious person with serious intent, and Alana is right to like him. Her instincts are correct, and that she will be hearing from him very shortly. I also feel that there's going to be some sort of an invitation either for him to come back, for him to invite her back, or for him to make his plans to come again. I don't come here. I don't feel it's going to take that long for them to see each other again. And I do feel that there's a strong connection between them. I feel it's a very heartfelt connection, and there's a lot of depth to it. Now, I don't want to make too many predictions, but I will give you what I am getting because I'm sure you'll want to hear it. This is a serious person who would not have led her on and would not have said the things to her that he did say unless he was very interested in her. So this is not to be taken lightly, and I believe that he is very interested in her. Now, will this lead to something more, a marriage or what have you? Hold on. Yeah, it could. It could. There's a distinct connection between them. Let's see if they can work out the difficulties of long distance. I feel it's more likely that she would be moving there than he would be moving here, where you are, because she is flexible. And I feel that there's a lot of very, very special things there that will be pursued by both parties. So the answer is good. This looks like a good connection.
That's great. So because I'm hoping that she will move closer to me, as he lives in the same city as I am.
Oh, wonderful.
So she is in the same city as I am, and her home is here, but she is temporary on the East Coast for other reasons. And we were trying to convince her for the whole year to move back, but she says, well, I can move back, but I'm not sure if he is interested in me. So you think that she will move back here to be close to the family? And he's here, yeah. He's where we are.
Well, you already heard the message, and that is it's more likely that she'd be moving to where he is. And I do feel that would probably happen see, a lot of people have to, well, you understand this, but I just want to say for the sake of everybody out there that, a psychic can make a prediction. However, there's always free will. So we can always change things. But as of right now, I feel it's a very serious connection between the two of them, very significant is a better word, significant, important, meaningful connection. He's not a fly-by-night, and of course she is not as well. So I feel very good about this. Let's see what happens. Okay, Am?
Thank you so much, Laura. I really appreciate this reading, and I will send you a message. And she is very much interested in him, and we love you to be back.
I bet.
Thank you. It was very nice of you. Very nice reading. Many blessings to you, Laura.
Many blessings to you, Anne. Bye-bye, honey.
Bye.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned before, I kind of take when I go through the switchboard as best I can before the show, and those people that called in first, I number you. I actually give you a little number, and then I get to people who I didn't get to talk to, hopefully. But I do have two other side connections in the queue, and they usually take a little longer. But I'm going to Donna now, who's number 2. Hey, Donna, what's up?
Oh, good. Hi, Laura.
Hi, honey.
Yeah, I'm going to Lake Tahoe for 4 days with a girlfriend, and then I'm going on a retreat for 7 days. I got a scholarship up in the Redwoods of California. And then in December, I'm going to Las Vegas for Christmas with a girlfriend for 5 days. Do you see me meeting anyone? Yeah, I'd like to meet someone. I've been alone for a long time.
Okay, so you said you're going on vacation. I don't know what all these trips have to do with that. I guess you're hoping you meet somebody on one of these trips, maybe. Vacation, Lake Tahoe, because you don't go out otherwise. Vacation, Lake Tahoe, and Christmas, you're going where? Did you say? I'm just curious.
No, I'm going to the Redwoods retreat, Northern California, and then Lake Tahoe, and then Vegas for Christmas.
Oh, Vegas.
For 5 days.
Oh, how neat. Wow, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, Donna. Do you know the name Carolyn? Do you have a friend or something named Carolyn, honey?
Carol, I know this woman named Carolyn. I don't know
why
out with her or anything.
Yeah, I don't know why that name popped in. She's significant in some way. All right, let's just go with the trips. Will Donna be meeting anyone either on her trips or otherwise? I do need to say that you need to stop talking to Carolyn about certain things in your life because she has a negative aspect to you. She.
Oh, yeah, I don't talk to her anymore. She is negative. Yeah, I don't talk to
Oh,
her.
good. Okay, then you know that you've cleared her out because
Very negative. Yeah,
she's done some like way of
not
thinking,
good.
very negative, and it's particularly about meeting people and socializing. And okay, it's in you. That's why the name comes in, because that kind of programming that she's seeded in you is taken root, and it affects you in meeting somebody, even though you don't realize that. That's what Spirit is showing me. So we need to address that before we can get you someone. And I need to find out what that is. I know it's so bizarre, but they wouldn't have given me that strange message. You know, it seems so off cuff, you know, not direct, but it is a meaningful thing. So she's a negative person, and she's instilled in you a little bit of anger about the past and about the way somebody has left you. Now, did you have a relationship in the past where a person left you? Man, I mean a relationship. Did you have something?
No,
You left him. Okay. There's something about that relationship that left some anger in you. And she was sort of a catalyst for pointing it out or bringing it out. And I'm not going to go into Carolyn because it's not important. The important thing is to release the negativity, and then we can move you forward. You are a very loving person. And that's the first thing that you need to hear, because you know, there's, for all the love that you have to give, this person that you were with was ungrateful, or didn't observe it, absorb it, or appreciate it in some way. Okay? You're a wonderful, 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 caring light in the world. That's what you are. And this person did not appreciate you fully. And so that left you with a sour taste in your mouth of, and I know this is going to sound weird, so please hear me out loud, of maybe I'm not worthy. Maybe I'm not good enough. So I want you to hear from an objective source that you are worthy and that you have hot tamales to offer people. Hot tamales, meaning good stuff. Okay? All right. So you were just a wonderful garden of delight, a wonderful joy to be with, a wonderful, loving person, and the right person will appreciate you, and that person was not right for you. Now, so when we can clear the past, then we can move forward to the future. So now you're going to approach all these trips and everything else that goes on in your life with I'm a hot tamale attitude. And now I'm going to move forward into the future. This is for Donna. Where and how will this man come to her, or will it be on any of these trips, please? California, Lake Tahoe, Las Vegas. Well, I'm feeling more the Vegas trip is going to be very exciting. Okay, very exciting. A lot of people will be around you. You will be with a lot of people, a lot of festivities, a lot of jovial activities, fun, laughing, dancing, carrying on, karaoke, everything else. And you're going to have a ball on this trip. The other trips will be wonderful, and they'll be clearing for you. But I feel that this particular trip, the Vegas one, is going to be more of a big, long party. And this is where you'll have the best chance of meeting a person to your liking and your satisfaction. I do see a man that you would be meeting there. He's of a higher caliber, seems to have wisdom and money. He has a lot of wisdom, a lot of money. Very smart guy. Also likes the arts a lot. He's creative, very creative individual, and also likes he likes entertainment that goes from, maybe a Vegas show, but also he likes opera. He's sophisticated. So he's got that's good for you because you've got you've got a full gamut of things that you like. So I feel that around Christmas time is going to be your lucky time for meeting that special someone. Meanwhile, just clear the past, work on that a little bit. You're a loving person and you have so much to offer. I know you know it, but I'm saying it a different way to hear it differently. Okay, my love?
Well, that's wonderful to hear that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Donna. God bless you. Bye-bye, honey.
Thank you.
Excuse me, everyone. I'm now going to Amla. He called in third. I think I'm going to drink. Hey,
Hello.
Hi, Amla. Hold on one second, honey. I'm getting tickles. The throat tickles.
Oh, goodness.
I think I'm going to have to spray a little colloidal silver down my throat tonight. Okay. So, what can Spirit do for you this evening?
So there's this person that I'm dating, and I just was wondering, he can be like when we're very connected, and then we're not due to his busyness and stuff. But I think when his communication's a part of it, it's like I text him something, a yes or no question, and then I don't hear from him. So I'm just wondering, what is that all about, or what you said?
Okay.
Interesting.
This sounds like this is a repeating pattern with you. A little bit.
Little bit, but not. This is different. I think this is different.
Well, I just I'm giving you a very black and white perspective because I don't know you that well.
Sure.
Right. And I seem to remember there was a hesitancy on 2 others before this. And now this sounds like the same. But I will just proceed. I'm just observing. Doesn't mean anything. So go ahead and give me his initials, please. His name or initials? A.C. Okay.
C. Yes.
A.C. And this is for
Yes.
has 60. Hold on, honey. I'm going to tune in on his energy. A.C. for Amla. But I get a feeling he's kind of absent-minded. And he's not.
Yeah.
He's not into responding to things right away. It is not to be taken personally, but it is annoying. On the receipt, right? But it's just the way he is. He's kind of goofy. It's a goofiness of his. I call it goofy, meaning just a part of him that is just the way it is. We all have our idiosyncrasies. Right, and that is one of his idiosyncrasies. He doesn't feel it means anything to you one way or the other, and he doesn't really think it's bothering you or anything. If he did, I think he would probably change it because he is a good communicator. He's a nice person, but in his mind, he doesn't feel every text needs to be answered, and that's kind of crazy because most of us do want our text messages to be answered, particularly if we. Right? But he's just that's just a weird thing about him. So let me just go to the next question, which would probably be, correct me if I'm wrong, but is there any where is this going between the 2 of you? You want me to go in that direction, Amla?
Sure. I think I know, but go ahead. I want to see what you know.
All right. I'm going to just do something. I have to be silent for a moment. Bear with me.
Sure.
He does like you very much. And I feel that there's something significant there. Significant commitment. And I feel that this could lead to something extremely important in your life. And that once you are domiciled together, perhaps even with a piece of paper saying it's legal, which I know is a little, but I do see that those little things, when he doesn't answer your text and all, it'll be so meaningless because you'll be seeing him all the time. So I get a
It's because when I'm like, I did, it's not like I'm just asking you. I told him that, and he was just like, well, he was like kind of like, nonchalant, shrugged his shoulders a little bit, and just like, well, that's the way it is. And I'm just like, I don't understand. Do you like the phone better? Are you better on the phone than the text? I don't know what you want, but I don't know what you prefer. He's like, I just am not a communicator as far as like, I just don't really see the whole, like he doesn't like any one of them. He just uses it as just because he needs to, but not anything beyond that. It's very interesting.
All right. Well, I hear him saying it's just not that important to me.
Yeah.
And that's an issue. If a man doesn't realize it, well, okay. A lot of times it's really hard to the first thing that comes to mind when I hear someone say that it's not important to me is, well, in other words, to AC, it's not important, right? I keep thinking, if you want to please me, then no, it's important to me. But he's not a dog, you know, you're not training him to, you know, be a show dog and jump through a hoop. So I think it's just one of those things to overlook.
Okay.
If you want to. Okay, so I see significance there, and I see a very nice person, but that's just one of his little weird things. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that his quality is there. It's different than the other person I was talking about a couple of years ago with you. So this is completely different.
It is different. It is very different. It is different. Yes, it is. Okay, sweetheart.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Laura.
The only thing that's not different is you questioning his, you know, when somebody doesn't respond to you, it does bother you. And that's something, right. And we need to look at that for a second before I let you run off. And we need to figure out what you can do with that. And let me see if there's something that they can show me. Spirit can show me
that'd be great.
About you and your heart. Okay, and what it is basically is every time someone does not respond to you, or you know, whatever, and you feel upset about it, it's a message for you to listen to yourself more, to hear yourself more. So it's okay. So it just basically means you're not hearing yourself at those times when it bothers you if he's not responding to you. There may be something going on at that time, but you just need to pay more attention to yourself. Isn't that interesting?
To myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Take it back to me. Give that energy back to me.
Yes. Yeah. And when you hear, and let me say this, the more you hear yourself, the more he will hear you. And
that's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right. And it doesn't mean that you
I have a lot of meditation on him, on both of us too, which is good. And just to keep the connection going, you know, just sending love and light. So.
And remember though, that the first person to love in any relationship is yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, I do first. You know the Ho'oponopono? Yeah. I love the Hawaiian prayer. Yeah, I do that for my every night, and then I give it up to the world. It's beautiful. I sleep so well with that in my prayers.
So okay, so just every time that bothers you, remind yourself that it's you that needs to be paying attention to you. That's the most important relationship, and you'll find that all of that will disappear with him. That might not even be an issue in the future. It's kind of weird the way energy works, but it's a reflection for you to pay more attention to yourself, to hear yourself. Okay, love?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the message. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Blessings, Laura.
Blessings to you,
darling.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, and I have to find a number 4 in the switchboard and a number 5. And here's 4, Jackie. Hello, Jackie.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, sweetheart. So you're wanting another side connection, my dear, right?
Yes.
All right, sweetheart. So let me just see what I can do for you. Before when you spoke, I felt immediately female to you, older woman, could be a mother or it could be someone else, but an older woman. And I see a woman now in front of me, actually, who is carrying a little bit of extra weight in her torso, although she does not appear to be very heavy, just looks big in her torso, particularly in her stomach area. She's wearing just long dark hair and bangs to it. She has a little bit of puffiness under her eyes. She's a good-looking woman, though, very strong stature. The hair looks like it's either straightened, it's black, straightened, or it's a wig or something like that, but it's so perfect I have to make a note of it. It's longer to the shoulders. A very kind woman, loving woman, and also a good cook. She seems to have a son, at least one son under her. Would you know anyone like this? I can continue. Jackie?
Yes, I'm here.
Did you hear what I said before, love?
You said she doesn't, you got to the point with the son, and you went to say something else afterwards.
Did you hear the description I made of her, love?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand that for anyone you know, please?
Yes, I do.
Okay. She's a very loving and kind individual. The boy that I see around her seems like it would be a grandson, not her own child. Okay. And she also, okay, she's also holding a boy. So I don't know, maybe she was taking care of other people's children, or that's just a large family, or what it is. I don't interpret, I just give you what I'm seeing. I'm finding it really hard to read for you. Don't take offense, but with all the noise in the background and all that disruption, I can't focus that much, although this woman is very clear, but it's making it hard for me. Is there any way for you to get into a quieter space, please?
Yes, I am in a quiet space now.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
You
Thank
still
you.
hear noise?
I don't hear it now, honey. Thank you so much, love. And so, okay, I'm going to give you a little more information about this loving person who's got a heart of gold. And I feel you miss her very, very much. She's been around you for your whole life. Very kind woman, very sweet woman. And I feel a mother to you, or mother type to you in some way. She's holding another baby now. Oh, wow. She must have trying to show mothering relationship is what she's trying to show.
Yeah, she was a pediatric nurse.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Wow. All those babies. Okay. So let me just get you a few more details about her physically, emotionally, or evidence as it's called. And then we'll go to personal message for you, Jackie. Okay. May I do so, love?
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
She's got a heart of gold. She takes care of everyone around her, including you. She loves you very much. She says, thanks for asking her to come in this evening. Now, I don't know if you did or didn't. This is who showed up. It's kind of like we take what we get. But she's saying thank you for letting her in. She's been around the house a lot at home with you these days. She's sort of helping you take care of some matters in your home. Okay, so she says something going on in your life, some children that you have, although they're not babies anymore, your children. She's trying to help something. There's a blow to something that happened recently that's very upsetting to you, and a loss that you have that she's trying to soothe you about. And I see that you have a son, yes?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I have 3 sons.
Yeah, for several of them.
So one of them just had a baby.
Oh, wonderful. And that was a boy also?
No, it's a little girl.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the loss is, but she seems to say that she's giving me the impression one of your sons is giving you some trouble right now. Certainly not the one that just had the baby, but maybe one of the other ones. And she's trying to soothe you or help you. You know, she's a mothering type. I'm going to give you a little more info, honey, and I'll come back to you, darling. So just bear with me for a moment. See if I could get her to tell me.
Okay.
Hold on. The oldest of the 3 is giving you a hard time right now about something that he told you about himself, that he held from you for many years that you didn't know about him. And I get the feeling that he might have abused drugs or took drugs or something like that, and that you found out about it after the fact, not when it was happening. Would you know anything about that, please?
No, I know drinking.
Drinking. All right. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, well, that's what she's talking about. That's sad to you. You know, you don't have any control over them when they get to be grown up, you know. It's just a sadness. So she's trying to soothe you about that. She loves you very, very much. And she says, never take anything to heart, or personally, it's not your fault. She says it's not your fault at all. So that is who we've got in for you this evening, honey. If it's not who you're looking for, you can call the show another time and we'll try again. Okay, my love?
Okay.
Thank you, honey. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'm going to go to the next person. That was 4. I'm trying to find 5, but 5 must have gotten dropped. Okay, so I'm going to go to Latima, who is number 6. Hey, Latima, how are you?
Okay.
Good. Now, when you talked before, I had a distinct feeling of someone younger than you, a child that would be in spirit. I'm just going to sniff around a little bit, honey, like a hunting animal. I'm going to see what I can find there. Let's see. We go. Sniff, sniff into the spirit realm for Latima. Am I saying that right, Latima? With sometimes they get. Okay, great. And you're from New York. Smart woman. Somebody in spirit is saying you take care of everyone but yourself. I wish that you would take more care of yourself, my beautiful child. Oh, maybe you're the child. Okay. Spirit for Latima. Spirit for Latima. You're a very special child. You are a very special child to me. Oh my goodness. You have IQ. You're always so smart in school. Whoever this is talking about you. I'm going to see if I can get that person to reveal themselves. Okay? Please turn this. Okay, please turn this around so Latima can see who you are. Who you are. Now you say, so there is a woman that does show up. Okay. She's older. She's slender. She's wearing a house dress. It's like a dark navy or something like that with some little flowers, white flowers on it. Her hair is on the shorter side. She's a very kind and gentle person. She takes care of the home when she's younger. She takes care of the family. She cares for you and some other children that are in her home. She loves you so much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. She loves taking care of you and everyone else. There's a little bit of a bow-leggedness to her. I'll just say it, just to let you know. I kind of see that. She says she's very smart too, and she loves everybody very much on her. She also shows me she would have had some teeth missing or some dental work. When she smiles, a little bit of gold in one of her teeth as well. A very kind person, very gentle person, but she's into brilliance. You know, she's into brains. Because you were exceptional and she always thinks of you that way. She wants you to think of yourself that way. She says, although you know that you're smart, she says, I don't think you realize how smart you are. You really need to take care of yourself more, excel more in life and what you're doing. Take it upon yourself to take more responsibility in life and go far because you have the brains to do it. So she's coming in with a pep talk, Latima, for you. And I get the feeling that she leaves Earth when you're still like in grammar school, because she's showing me things like spelling and ABCs and all that with you. She's trying, I don't know, maybe she had to help with homework or something with the kid, you know, with you and other children. She also says there's there's a sister of yours, I think in spirit. Do you have a sister in spirit, honey?
I don't know.
You
I have a sister though, she's here with me.
On Earth?
Yeah, on Earth.
Oh, okay, all right.
A younger sister.
Younger sister. Okay, great. Well, then that's probably what she means, love. She says something about your sister. But you're the brightest of the two. Don't tell her I said that, she says, and I love you very, very much. She says, thank you so much for asking me to come in. And okay, so male under her also, meaning there would have been a boy. I don't know if she's your father's mother, your mother's mother, but she does give birth. This is her own child to a son. So if it's your father's mother, then that's why she shows me that. If it's your mother's mother, then you would have an uncle besides your mother, several other kids in the family. Okay, she's leading me towards your mother. Would you understand your mother, please? This is your mother's mother. All right. And she says she has several children. You have at least one uncle, but there are other children that she has. She has a big family. She loves children. She loves everything about children. She loves taking care of them, being around them. And she goes on about this. They are our future, you know. Children are our future. So she might have liked to kind of wax poetic every now and then and kind of say these wise things, you know, to people. Yeah. She says she's a very giving soul, just like you are. She says you're a giver, not a taker. She says you have a lot of responsibility on your plate right now. She says, I hope that you're going to be okay going through all these things, but it feels like you have a lot of responsibility and that you have children of your own. Would you understand that, please?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a very difficult time right now for you. You're overwhelmed. With caretaking, responsibility, getting things done in the home, and making sure all the kids are ready for school and all the homework is done. She says you're an excellent mother, by the way. She says you put a lot in. She says you'll be rewarded. Your children will go far in life. And I know that, you know, it seems like they came in a very short amount of time in your life, you know, boom, 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 a couple in quick succession.
Yeah.
It seems like you have 4 or something. How many children do you have? Okay, good. But they came in such quick succession. Oh, is that why I got 4? Okay. because I had heard couple, but I also heard 4, so I was a little confused. All right. Well, you have 2 that are living, and they really, it's when they get older, you're gonna see how much they appreciate you. Right now, they're not an age to say much other than thank you. Good kids. Kids. And you are a person that believes in education, Latima, and you have education of your own, and you will give it to your children. And that's what Grandma's all about: education, education, education. All right. So she gives you a big kiss, big hug, and loves you so much. Go ahead. What were you gonna say? Oh. Oh, is that the thing you're going through? Oh. All right, let me see if she'll say anything about them. She loves them very much. Everybody's going to be fine. She says you worry too much. And then she didn't you ever hear a prayer? Try giving prayer a chance, she says to you. Of course they're going to be fine. Yeah, your husband, your ex is a difficult person. Difficult to get along with, a little bit too severe with them, and blah, 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 blah. But they love him, and they do have fun with him. So not to worry. I get the feeling, though, that not only you're overwhelmed with that situation, but you're overwhelmed with work for some reason. So take it easy. Take good care of yourself. Rest up when you can. And Grandma's here and tells you everything's going to be just swell. Okay, darling? Thank you, Latima. Bye-bye. Okay, and I'm now moving to Angela, who has a live question. Angela, hi. What can Spirit do for you this evening, my dear?
Okay, I'd like to make a testimony that I was in my question. I spoke to y'all 3 years ago, and you see a little boy with spirit.
What?
He just said that.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I know it's so kind of that's so y'all and joke, and I can just try and learn more, so that you're kind of but I want to say, but my sister was saying, the next question, actually, I don't know. I really like to know the story so much, and now it's going as well. I don't know,
Okay, so what's going on with your boy? Is that what you're saying? What's your boyfriend? And just so that, because you were talking rather fast, I know you're all excited to be on the show. Thank you. But I think I heard you say that I saw a boy for you in spirit, and then he went to spirit after that. Is that correct, honey?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What do you mean he's right next to you right now? When I say spirit, I mean that he went to the other side, that he passed on. That's what I mean. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, pregnancy. So you did have a boy. And I remember that I kept saying, I see a boy. And I think you thought you had a girl. You were pregnant with a girl. Ah, okay. Thank you for the validation. Oh, yeah. And I said and I do remember that. Okay. Which is very odd because I don't remember a lot of the work I do. It's just I do so much of it. Okay. So now let's go on to you. So you have a boyfriend and you want to know about that. That's what you're saying, right? All right. Hold on for a second. And that's why I hear that noise in the background. That's your little gurgling baby boy. Okay, so what about her boyfriend? Give me the initials of this person.
J.D.
J like in John, D like in doll.
B as a boy.
Okay, so it's J like in John, B as in boy, J.B. All right, hold on, honey. This is not. Just bear with me, honey. He's a good guy. He's a very good guy. a little selfish at times, and doesn't tell you everything about his whereabouts, which is a little troubling to you. He holds things back. He wishes he could give you more than he's given you. He's not that reliable at times. All right. Well, yeah. Hold on. This is not really the best kind of person to rely on. All right. So what's going to happen with this, please, Spirit? Now, Angela needs someone she can rely on, doesn't she? Well, I know you have this very wonderful connection with this person. Lovely. I guess we'd call that chemistry, lovely connection with this man. He, on the other side, on the good side, he's a spiritual person. He'd give you the shirt off his back if he had it to give. He doesn't have it to give, right? He just doesn't have that much to give, but he's a very giving person and a very gentle energy, a very sweet man, a very loving man. Bottom line, though, I want to tell you is I do not feel a lot of grounding to him, meaning I don't feel he's reliable. Not because he doesn't want to be, but because it's just not in his DNA. He's just not that kind of guy. He's the kind of guy that kind of flows with life. He goes with the flow. So you got a little bit of an issue here, honey, because the issue is you have a great connection with this man, but he's like a butterfly, the elusive butterfly. Trying to catch him is hard. It's going to be very difficult, right? So I would say I would be ready for some more turmoil in the relationship in terms of inconsistency and disappearing for on and off for quite a while until you decide that something better would be better for you. You need that. You're a grounded person. You need that. And I feel that you will eventually, this is going to sound weird, you're eventually going to get a little sad of this and disgusted with it. And you're going to find another person will come in while you're still struggling with JB. And there will be a new person coming in for you that you will like very much. That will be more oriented towards the home, towards the family life that you would like to have. And that new person will be coming in. Not that long away. It could be within the next 6 months, which is what you said 2 months. But I'm saying next 2 to 6 months, I do feel you're going to meet a man. He's much more oriented towards work. He's very consistent in his patterns. He likes consistency. He likes to work. He likes having money. He's very favorable to a family, and he's going to fall in love with you. So keep your eyes and ears open. Yeah, because JB's nice, but JB can't be relied on because of his nature. All right, my dear? You're welcome, love. So be optimistic. Be optimistic, my love. Okay, I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, going to Keisha. Oh, I'll get right to you, sweetheart. I accidentally opened a different line, 585. And your name is? Jeannie, you said? Jeannie, okay, couldn't hear you that well, love. Do you have a question, honey, or what can we do for you? I can't get to you. And what is the question? If you're going to be moving soon. Okay, what does Spirit say? Jeannie, 585, will she be moving soon? Yes or no? Hold on, honey, I need to focus. Yes, very soon, actually. You don't have to worry about that. That's already in the works for you. And I feel as you're you don't even have a choice, really, sort of being swept away. It will be a very good new location for you, and you will like it very much. But there's a cataclysmic change going on in your life right now, but it's all for the best. It's all for the best. And you do not need to look back. You won't look back. You don't need to look back. You don't need to have any regrets. This change is a big change. It's the right change. It's the perfect change. And it's happening whether or not you want it to happen. But Spirit wants you to know that it's a good change. So the move is happening, and you will like everything very, very much. I feel that the economic conditions of the move will be very favorable to you. Spirit will be looking out for you. There'll be a lot of luck to move. And one of the reasons why you've had a lot of discontent in your life is because you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. The new location will be the right place at the right time for you. So the advice here is to let go of concern and just go with the flow. Keep affirming your high is arriving now and everything will be taken care of. I know it's hard when you don't know exactly what's going to happen next, but Spirit is giving you that confidence that it's all for the best, Jeannie. Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, going to Keisha. Sorry, Keisha, about that, love. But what happened was, honey, hi, love. Somebody had hung the phone up and the switchboard just moved up as I was going for your line. It was a pleasure to speak with Jeannie. And let me just, one other thing for Jeannie, which I didn't say because I was moving quickly. For Jeannie, if you're still listening, it looks like you are, is that I feel that you have a daughter and or a younger woman that's around the situation that will be helping you. So I just want to finish that. Go for you, Keisha. What can Spirit do for you, my dear? Yes.
My time for something that's going to enhance me. But I'm just wondering, what are we doing with that?
That's a good question. That's a great question. I mean, the way everybody, I love the way you asked that question because she said, what is Spirit getting for that? Instead of saying, can I find another position, which of course we can always find other positions and we're always creators in our life. But what she says, how do I do it? Spirit, give me the tools. And that's a much more creative way to work with life. And the more you work with life creatively as a co-creator, the more life works with you. So let me tune in on that of how, what to do. Maybe there's something new that you could try or look or where to look, what rock to look under. I'm going to go there now. First thing I'm going to ask Spirit is, because it's a yes or no answer, can she find something in the near future within the next 2 to 3 months that's more her liking, more creative, more inspiring, that allow her to do more of the work she's trained for and that she's willing to do? She wants to learn. She wants to grow. She doesn't want to just be a temp, which is good to pay the bills, but not good for self-development. And also, as she already mentioned, when we're in a job that we're not growing in, we're giving our time. We're losing that time of our life. 1 second, please. Yes, you can find a job more you're liking within the next 2 to 3 months if you start looking for it now. Don't worry about it and don't wait too long because if you start looking right now, there is something very, very much to your liking that will be passing through and could be filled by somebody else. So it's a good time now to start looking, even though it's the summer. Don't say maybe it's the summer, I shouldn't start looking because they're getting ready for something in the fall. So this is an excellent time for you to get the resume out there and start looking. And I'm going to see if I can get more info on exactly either how to look or where it would be or anything they want to show me. Okay, so I get something about real estate. You ever thought of being in real estate? Yeah, I mean, because I meant it in all ways, but yeah, I see that a real estate firm will be opening up a position that would be very much to your liking. So get the resume out and start pounding the pavement when you can. And I'm going to see in the last few moments of the show if they'll show me how to go about finding this. How? Well, the other thing I want to say before I continue is it's in Lower Manhattan to the 30s. It's not much it's not northern Manhattan. So it's anywhere from 42nd Street south, and I feel it's in the 30s, and I see a warehouse and I see exposed brick there. So that's interesting. I also see it's more midtown than either east or west. That could be Fifth Avenue area or a little east or west of there. I don't know why they've shown me that, but I do have to mention it. Park Avenue a little bit south in the 30s. Something about that area is very significant. 1 second. How does she find the job? Does she look in her usual way, or is there something else she needs? Okay, so what they're saying is go the normal route, but I also need to tell you that networking is your best friend. Networking is your best friend for this kind of work. So that means you can either be calling people up or going to real estate mixers or, anything like that. Or sometimes there are open houses or anything. I don't mean open house of real estate. I mean open house for hiring and the real estate firm. Say, and anything like that. So I see you networking your way in. And again, I have to tell you, because of your appearance, it helps a lot. You're statuesque, you're tall, you're clean, you're very beautiful, and it will help a lot. Like a model, you look like a model, they're telling me. So that's going to be very important. All right, my dear?
Yes, thank you so much, Laura. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear. God bless, honey. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, love. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to working with you. I forgot to say 2 weeks from now. No, 3 weeks from now, I think. I'm going on a trip. Next time I will see you, if you care to do it, is the Vermont Haunted Tour. And meanwhile, there'll be repeat shows playing on here. I don't know. Let me just double check and see what day. Oh God, I don't have the right page up. Oh, there it is. I'm going to let you know how long I'll be gone. I guess it doesn't really matter because you guys find me. I'm only going to be gone the 20th of August. That show I will not be doing, but I will be back 2 weeks from today. So I look forward to working with you. It was a pleasure as usual. God bless everybody and have a beautiful evening. Namaste.
Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.